Hello, welcome to the Land of Kakiak. My name is Laurel. So, we got paid on Friday. Today's actually Monday. But I'm gonna get to it today. So, let's get going. Okay, I'm gonna pull out my hard costs list, my paycheck schedule, my sinking funds, my debt snowball, okay, and a clean paycheck budget. First things first, I did verify we got paid. So this is for September. This is going to be our first paycheck for the month of September. And it has to last from 8:30 to 9:12 because we'll get paid again on the 13th. And I did already look and I recorded my husband's paycheck was $22.64.37. And now that he's back to an hourly rate, like this is gonna fluctuate a little bit. Okay, so that's entered. I'll put that back away. And I'll just say paycheck 22.64.37. Okay. And then our previous balance, what was still left in the checking from last time, was $1139.91. So the good news is my husband's shop earned a bonus for the last quarter, so we got a little bit extra. We got an extra deposit of $1,029.36. So that gave us a total to work with of $44.33.64. So it's budgeted. That we did actually get paid that, but I'm just not going to write it twice. Okay, so hard costs. Okay, so first I did have some extra expenses that came up that were like on our deliberation station that we just went ahead and purchased out of that paycheck. That we just these are just like online purchases, things that we needed. So my husband needed a car jack for his car, and now that he is not gonna be driving his work truck, for his company's truck, he has to go back to driving his car to work, and so he's been like doing some maintenance on it and trying to get it because it just had some issues. He hasn't driven it in a long time, but yeah, he didn't have a car jack, so we did buy one of those. Yeah, that was a manual payment that did actually happen and process, so we'll check it off. We also had to get, I won't bore through details, but it was something for the house for the laundry room, $24.28. Again, that was manual. That did happen. And then I ordered another science book for homeschool stuff, and that was $88.80. Okay, that went through. Then there was a bunch of other kind of random stuff that actually we're carrying over. I charged it on our MasterCard from the last pay period. I had to buy Everett. Something I hadn't thought about out of the last budget was Everett needed new clothes. He needed some new things. He's just like growing so fast. He's 13. I swear every 3 months, like none of his pants fit him, like none. He needed new shoes. He just needed kind of, a little school wardrobe. So I did have to buy him some stuff, and I just charged it on my credit card so that I could get the cash back for our rewards program. So there was that on there. That was probably like $300. And then there was just some other stuff. I can't remember what it was that was on there. Oh, I also bought some other school books also too. That's right. I bought a couple math books and a couple more science books. So yeah, it was basically school clothes for Everett and some homeschool books. And that was a total of $586.84. So school clothes and books. Right, and that was the manual that actually happened. Okay. But I just transferred that, from checking over to my MasterCard so that I wouldn't be carrying a balance. Okay, so those were kind of like some miscellaneous charges that I made. And then the scheduled stuff. So then I had, our IXL, our math program that we do online, comes out on the 1st. That's $10.65. That's an auto, and that did come out. And then also on the 1st is our mortgage is due. So that is $1464.64. That's a manual payment, and I paid that actually this morning. Also on the 1st is our, I say CPM, that's the bank, but that's where we have our second mortgage. That is it's either $688.89 usually, or that's the minimum payment, but I've been trying to, do $800 a month. But actually, I realized that there was money associated with that account in the checking part. So I just put all of that to my payment this month. I just transferred it all over. That was like in this, so it actually didn't come out of our paycheck because that money was sitting there in like a savings account that was linked with that second mortgage. So I was gonna write CPM saving transfer. And okay, so that happened, but it didn't cost me anything, right? Like out of my budget. And then I had to pay our natural gas. It's due on the 3rd. It was $14.68 manual payment. I did pay that this morning with my mortgage. So coming up, it hasn't come out yet. On the 6th, I always have an Apple, these are data charges, Apple and Google charges. $2.99 and $1.99. It's auto. So that hasn't come out yet. So I'll just give myself a little circle so I can check that off later. And then Cricket for our cell phones is due on the 8th. It's gonna auto draft for $90. And again, that hasn't come out yet, so I'm just doing that. Okay, so I still have 2 outstanding charges that will come, out later. And so that gave me a total outgo here of $23.55.56. So yeah, if anything else gets added, then I would add it over here, and that number might change, but hopefully nothing will change. I'm not expecting it to. I don't have anything else scheduled. We had like a birthday party coming up this week, but I think that was probably part of that charge that I did on my MasterCard. I bought William's best friend, just ordered him a little t-shirt. Yeah. All right, so on to the cash envelopes. So I would have, at this point, to work with $2,078.08. Let's just run through the cash envelope categories. So for my grocery, that was completely depleted, so I'm gonna bump that back up to $600. And then gas, so we have to actually, this has been at $80, but we're gonna double it because my husband's gonna start driving to work again. And so we're going to put at least $160 in there, and we'll see, hopefully that'll be enough. So for fun money, I think I still had $40 in there, so I am not contributing to that. I'm just gonna leave it there. And then my prescription, that was depleted, and we said set. We're gonna put $40 in there for prescriptions if anything comes up. I know that I have my migraine prescription. It's like for 12 pills, it's like $20. It's like $1.67 a pill. I'm supposed to think they only let me fill it every 30 days. But yeah, so at least I'm gonna spend $20 every single month. And then, so that would cover mine whenever I needed, and then hopefully if something needed to be coming out. But hey, good news, just along one of my son has a prescription that my doctor's office or my insurance would not cover. I've been going back and forth with them for like, I'm not even kidding you, like close to a year trying to get them to pay for this prescription. And yeah, they finally approved it. So hallelujah. Like that was an answered prayer. I don't know what our portion will be. We haven't had to fill it yet because we've just been using the samples from the doctor's office. But yeah, that's a relief. Okay, vet. I still had $200 was still in there that I have set, for any emergency vet visit. So I don't need to put anything in. Same with miscellaneous. I think miscellaneous is set at 100 and it was still in there. So I don't need to put anything in. And then Jesse, I have to make myself a line item for him or I'll forget. I just gave him all the money. I just gave him all the money out of my, all my spare ones. And I pulled out all like the ones and small bills that were left over from this. And I just gave that to him. Plus I think I had $17 in my little change jar in bills that I keep, that like I catch any random cash that, gets left around the house or goes through the laundry, goes into the change jar in the laundry room. So he got $17 plus, I don't know, I think it was a total of like $30 we scraped together for his pocket money. There's some stuff he wanted me to make him for lunch this week to take. So I'll be helping him, making sure he's got like good quality lunches. All right, so total that up, that is $960 that I'm gonna pull out. I'm just all in 20s just to make it easier on myself because sometimes I just don't know what, like the last time I went to I had all my bills organized out how I thought I could get them, and then I got to the ATM and they were like out of 10s or something, so it like messed up all my stuff. So I was like, whatever, I'll just do all 20s. It's just kind of annoying to me because I don't like to have all the extra bills. But yeah, 960 and 20s. So I made sure that these were all this, whatever it was going to be divisible by 20. My total income to budget was $44.33.64, and my total outgo, so I'm going to put, I'm still waiting on our final bill, from like the hospital and the surgery center and everything for Jesse. So we're continuing just to not make any extra debt payments and put everything into savings. So savings, let's do 1065. Okay, well that makes my total outgo between my auto and online payments, cash envelopes, and savings, $43.80.56, which would leave me a positive balance of $53.08, which is, I always like to just leave a little bit in there just in case. I don't know, what if Jesse's somewhere and is out of cash and like needs to put, gas in his car or something, so I need to leave a little something in there so we can use the card just in case. Okay, that's the budget. I'm just going to set that aside and let me double check what my savings is now after doing all my transfers and everything, because I feel like I haven't put that down in a while. Okay, so my current balance for savings is $51.91.45, and yeah, I might have to use some of this for dentist stuff that's coming up. Oh, I think I forgot to put on there. Oh, okay, so I did. I forgot to put on there my copay. Yeah, it's $150. There we go. So I did fund my copay for $150 to give me the $960. I just forgot to write it down because I do have dentist stuff coming up for both me and then I have a dentist appointment this week, and then Everett and William both have to get their like back molars sealed next week. So yeah, I'm going to be spending some money on dentist stuff. So I may have to end up pulling from our emergency fund to pay for that, since I'm not exactly sure. It seems like they won't tell me, like I don't know for sure what I owe. It's like they're saying the insurance is like delaying what they are paying. They haven't paid the last time I checked the dentist office yet because they're claiming they needed more information. So then last time I went into the dentist office, they were saying I was going to have to pay like $500, like because I owed for like our exam, and then Like they wanted me to pay the insurance, like the full amount, because the insurance hadn't paid it yet. And I was like, let's just reschedule. But I don't want to keep pushing it off. And yeah, so I don't know. We'll just see. I'm sure it'll all be fine. But I'm like, I don't want to pay. I just want to pay my portion. I don't want to pay the insurance company's portion, you know. But I need to call them this week, the insurance company, and make sure that they've got everything that they need and that they will pay that before I go in, hopefully. So they're not pressuring me at the dentist office to try to pay the full amount. Okay, so my HELOC, my that I'm paying on. So I noticed this was another weird thing. I had to make a note to myself to call them this week. Of course, I can't. Today's Monday and it's Labor Day, and I can't call anybody. But I noticed that my balance went only from last time I paid $800 last time, right? And my balance only went from $61,867 to $61,865. So they only put $1 and something to my principal and everything else to interest, which didn't look right to me. It's not that skewed for the other payments when I looked at. I was like, how can you pay $800 and only have your balance go down like less than $2? So I'm going to call them and see what's going on with the way that they applied that payment. And so yeah, I'm going to write myself a note. I'll stick that on my computer. All right, now's the fun part. Now it's time to stuff the cash envelopes. So I got a lot of 20s. Okay, so back up to 600 for groceries. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 2, 6, 8, 2, 2, 4, 6, 8, 3, 2, 4, 6, 8, 4, 2, 4, 6, 8, 5, 2, 4, 6, 8, 6. Is anybody else OCD and like can't stand it when the bills are facing different directions? I hate that. And I feel like it's a dumb thing. Just be annoyed by it. Okay. Somebody at the Food Lion the other day saw I get so funny. People ask me in public when they see me paying with this. They're like, where did you get that? Is that one of those cash envelope wallets? I'm like, yes, Dave Ramsey, yes. Okay, gas is going to be $160. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 2, 4, 6. Fun. Yeah, I think we had 40 in there. Okay, prescription, money. Okay, we're just gonna put in 40. Okay, 2, 4. Okay, co-pays. That has money. Miscellaneous has money. Okay, so then I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 2, 4, 6. So 160. 160 for copay, actually, not 150. Okay, we're budgeted. Cash envelopes are stuffed and ready to go. Have a good week. Bye.